Hey, let's talk about burnout real quick. So, burnout is the bane of a deep feeler's existence. Can you relate to that? I know that I definitely can at previous times of my life. You overthink, you feel deeply, you overcompensate for your perceived shortcomings, you people please, you try to hide out, and all of that constant analyzing and figuring and just like trying and overdoing and pushing and striving just like burns you the out. Yeah, it's exhausting. And so the truth is that burnout in and of itself is just a symptom. It's just a symptom. Burnout in and of itself isn't the thing to focus on or the thing to fix or heal or the problem. The truth is that burnout is a symptom of shame. The actual root cause of burnout is shame. The behaviors that lead to burnout, right? The overdoing, the overthinking, the overanalyzing, overconsuming, overbooking, people-pleasing, self-sabotaging, etc. Those also aren't the things to focus on or to fix or heal or overcome in and of themselves. They're not. And neither is the burnout itself. So there's the root that drives the burnout behaviors and then burnout results, and then burnout leads to a whole host of additional symptoms, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. So we can kind of picture this like flow chart, right? So shame is the root, and it leads to all these behaviors that we just listed: the people pleasing, the overdoing, the overanalyzing, the overthinking, self-sabotage, that inevitably burn us out. And then that leads to a whole host of other symptoms and problems and diseases in the body. So things like digestive challenges, hormonal imbalances, menstruation problems, thyroid and adrenal problems, and more, many more things, may have their roots in burnout, which, as I just said, has its root in shame. So all of this flows together. And this is all part of what I teach in my program, the InnerSpark method. It's that shame is driving us to participate in these behaviors that inevitably lead us to burnout every time, right? If you just want to kind of feel like crap and not have energy and be constantly like living in anxiety and second guessing yourself and all this stuff, just kind of, stay in that burnout place with those burnout behaviors, because it's always going to lead you there. There's no way that things like people pleasing and overdoing can't not lead to that burnout, exhausted, frustrated place. It will every time. So until you get to the root of these behaviors and the ways that they are always leading you there, the hamster wheel will just continue spinning, and burnout will continue being part of your experience. And one of the myths, real quick, I want to share is just because you're a deep feeler doesn't mean that you're just doomed, right? Like, I'm a highly sensitive person. I feel things really deeply, and so I'm just exhausted all the time. I'm always gonna feel burnt out. It's just part of the package. That's not true. That's totally not true. So until you get to the root of these behaviors, the root of the burnout, which is shame, in the way that it uniquely shows up for you, then the hamster wheel will just keep going. You're just going to kind of keep being on it. So I'm curious, how are you experiencing burnout? How has being a deep feeler contributed to your sense of burnout throughout your life? And what have you done to support yourself and take your life back from the grips of burnout? Have you found things to be successful? Have you tried things and they haven't worked? I'm really curious. Let's open up this conversation. It's a really important one to have. And I will see you next time.